Here's a way to start a video in a week. Miss Peanut is a first-time mom. She has this beautiful red little thing. It's 11 o'clock at night. The dogs were alerting. And I woke up and checked the cameras. And saw this little thing. Say hello. Hi. Hello. Look how red. It's just got this one little white spot. Good job. I'm not your mama. Yeah. And Peanut's doing a great job. Peanut is Peach's daughter. So Peaches has a grandbaby. Even though she couldn't have her own this year. Hi, Peanut. So Peanut was itty bitty, which is why her name is Peanut. And she was part of the Charlie Brown crew. And she was just called Peanut. For the Peanuts crew. And this one looks itty bitty. We're going to give her a few more minutes. She did have a little suck. So, give her a few more minutes. She's all dried off, really. And then I'm going to get her weighed. Alright, let's check. Let's check what we got. I don't know if you can see. Alright, let me see. Yep. It's Thursday mid-morning. I'm coming out to give the sheep some more hay. Look what I find out here. What are you doing, sir? Cody's decided to just hang out in with the sheep because the snow is as high as the fence, so he's hopped over and he's just hanging in with his sheep. And everyone's enjoying the sun. And I wanted to say I'm so glad that we got to start off this week on a positive note with Miss Peanut having her baby last night. Because the whole point of this was to give a reality on what farming is kind of behind the scenes, not just seeing us at markets and seeing cute pictures that we post, but seeing all the things. And Peanut is just telling us her disdain of being stuck back there with her baby. And it's not really for her, it's to give the baby some time to kind of bond with mom and have the strength to run around with all these little crazies. So some things that we're doing today, I am getting ready to head out to spend some grant money, honestly. We received a grant from American Farmland Trust to purchase more net fencing and the things we need for these guys to rotate on pasture this summer. That was like phase one was the fencing and the water troughs and things like that, and how we're moving portable water. But we were holding on to those funds because we did apply for a Department of Ag grant, which was a matching grant. So one grant would match the other in funding for our livestock trailer. Because then I need to move these guys. So we need a livestock trailer. The list came out. Unfortunately, we were not selected this year, but that's farming. Like, that's just part of it. We do have another grant out there that we're still waiting to hear about. So fingers crossed, everyone. Keep your fingers crossed for that. We get that one. That is the big reason what limited us last year to just moving some of the young boys was they were small enough for us to put in the back of the truck in dog kennels and move them. Small number, small sheep. These guys would be much harder. And it's just not feasible. So we were able to borrow a friend's trailer towards the end of the season, which we are very, very grateful for, which made it a bit easier. But it's still, we have to go out, get it, bring, it just adds to time and chores that we have to do. So it'd be very, very helpful for us to have our own. So the other thing that we did, farming is fluid in so many ways. You know, grants that we're hoping and depending on, the weather, the seasons, everything. And it takes time to grow with farming. You're either growing crop and that's weather dependent. It takes time. You have a whole season. So each season's only one chance to get, your crops. So if you don't get it right, you're waiting until the next year. And the same with the sheep. We grow with how we're doing and the markets we're doing. So last year we got into Coventry full time and we were doing Putnam part time. And we realized there is much bigger demand for lamb than we knew. And we sold our lamb very, very quick. So we increased our flock this year. We bred all of our ewes and we increased our flocks to help meet that demand and grow with that demand. However, we received an email this year from Coventry saying that they had a long waiting list and they're looking to diversify and they only invited us back as a guest vendor. We did reply to it. Like I was just kind of shocked and not really understanding. I asked if they would reconsider, as we've obviously put all this work into our flock to meet the demands, and we sold out every week as far as eggs, our lamb that we brought, and some produce that we brought. So not really sure where the thing is on that, but I didn't get a response from the email. I did get the guest vendor app, so put a few dates in, and it is what it is. It's time to pivot. I don't have time. We're lambing. We've got a lot of things going on. Moving on. So we applied to Putnam full time. They said yes. They said send the check. So that's what we did. So should be at Putnam full time and Coventry a few dates. I mean, I haven't received a confirmation on that either yet. And then we're also gonna look at doing some events we haven't done in the past. So we'll be putting in for those, and I'll put those dates up in those events once we have them. I'll be sending the newsletter out soon. I was kind of holding off for some things. I need to confirm some dates, some workshops that we got coming up, and that we're still working out details with people. So that will be coming out, and all those will be in there. Our shearing day will be in there. So we do welcome volunteers on shearing day to help us maneuver the sheep, stuff bags, just kind of all the little things needed. Open gates, close gates, snuggle babies, all the things. So look for that. If you're not on it, you can sign up on the website. And that's what we're doing. So the one thing with the DUAG grant, because it was a matching grant, I don't need to worry about the match now. So I don't have to wait till I sign the contract and whatever. So from the American Farmland Trust Grant, I have put the order in for our fencing. I have put the order in for our shade shelters. And I'm going down to put an order in for our water tanks, our bigger water tanks. And a few more small items. And that is pretty much that whole grant, besides our trailer, hay trailer that we were going to put water tanks on. That's going to be something I'll look at as the weather clears, because I have nowhere to put one now anyway. So that's where that is. And then we'll hopefully the other grant comes through and we can get our livestock trailer. Otherwise we're going to have to pivot again and figure something out. So anyway, so that's farming. It's always fluid, a lot of pivoting, a lot of thinking on your feet, what's going on. That's in the field and in the office, honestly. So everyone is doing well today. Thankful for the nice warm weather. We'll let Peanut out later on in the day. Look at this baby. Look at, I don't know if you can see this little one. Way in the back. Where is she? She is laying. So that is Penelope's little one that was born a couple days ago, she was smaller than her brother. She has less energy than her brother. He bounces all over the place. And she still kind of hangs out back. She's under the warming area. So that's why we want to give. And this one is so tiny. Let me walk back there. The light might change. Hold on, ladies. I don't want to. So these two right here are both heavily in lamb. I hope and expect twins from both of them. Cherry is, look at her, see her deep in that hole? She dug herself a hole. She was kind of expressing some nesting signs last night, and then this morning I noticed she ate a bit. They don't have a lot of room to pack food in when they're that far along. So I seen her eat a bit, but then she made this little nest spot, so we might be seeing babies coming pretty soon here. And she's likely gonna go before China. Hi. That is Penny calling her babies. And that is not her baby. That's not your baby. Her little one's back there. So, the little one, Peach's little one, or Peanut's little one, is much like Peanut's mom. She is a full red with just this little tiny white spot on her head. Full red. So cute. She was only 4.5 pounds. She's just a tiny little thing. Peanut was a tiny little thing during our Peanuts gang year. So she just went with the name Peanut because she just was a little peanut. And her baby is too. So happy to have another full red join the flock. And full red by the time they grow, I'm looking for Peaches. You've seen Peaches before. Here she is. You can kind of see it, but they don't stay as dark. It lightens up when you shear them. You can see it. You can definitely see it on Peach's face. You can see she has the red on her face, but she was very red as a baby as well. Not as red as this lamb, but Peanut's doing a great job being a new mom. So the Peanuts gang ewes were held off their first year. I did not breed them. We normally just breed them their first year. It's totally fine. They're over a year old by the time they lamb, mostly. But that year I didn't because we did not have the room to grow. We did not have everything set up that we do now. As far as land to graze on and room to grow, and we didn't have the market set up. So that's the deal with like things being fluid. You're changing. So we bred everyone this year. And so she is about 2. I have to check her date of birth, but she's about 2 and she's had her first lamb and she's doing great. She's a great mom. Oh yeah, look at her scratching. Oh no. She's, see that? Oh yeah. And I'm ready to head out on chores. Look at, stretch that leg. Oh yeah. This is one uncomfortable mama. You may see babies from Cherry. Look at that hole. Oh, look at her bag. Oh, that's really developed over the last day. Saggy bag. Saggy bag, Miss Cherry. Oh, we should be seeing babies from Miss Cherry today. Definitely with a hot Penny, not everything's about you, dear. You're lovely, we love you, but it's, oh God, look at the bag. Oh, does she have some milk? Oh yeah, she's dug herself a nice little deep hole. All right, we're gonna let her go get her thing because she doesn't care that we're here. But we've got some things to do and I want to get back before she has babies. So, off to do stuff. Stay tuned. I didn't do an updated video yesterday, but Cherry did have her baby. A handsome little boy. He is a chocolatey brown and looks just like his daddy Hereford, who we unfortunately lost. Our little red ewe from the other night is doing amazing. She's up on her feet. And we had some more action this morning while feeding. Everyone is literally just eating even Miss Cherry, who won't leave her baby right now. Miss Velma had a little lamb. She popped it out in no time. I was feeding. She wouldn't come out. As soon as I came back to feed Cherry, there was a lamb already laying here. So Velma is another first-time mom. She is a yearling ewe. And she's having her first lammy. She's doing a good job. She was definitely a bit confused. As you can see, she hasn't even gotten up yet. I can't imagine she's having twins, but I don't know. Everyone's shocking me because I thought Cherry would have twins, but hold on. I got to protect Cherry's feed from Penny because she's pushy, Penny. She's plenty of feed. So Miss Velma hasn't even gotten up yet. She is licking her lamb, but I literally moved it over to her. So that leaves me wondering a little bit if she's got another one coming. It's her first time, so a little bit of confusion as to what's going on. It looks like a good sized lamb. And she's doing a good job now that I moved it over. Oh, yeah, she's definitely still pushing on something. Cleaning the face off like she's supposed to, getting that airway cleared. And a lovely little lamb. So we'll have more video when she's cleared that off and see if anything more progresses. This guy is just demanding he be in with the sheep and the babies. He just keeps coming back in. Everyone's eating. The lamb lounge is set back up for the babies. And we have babies everywhere. Look at these babies sleeping. We got one here. 3 over here. Our little Obi over here. Everyone's enjoying the sun. And then we have, he was the newest one, little guy, laying with his mom, Cherry. And then we have this one, our newest one from this morning. And it's a little boy. And Velma's doing good. First time mom. Good job, Velma. So she's still working on cleaning. He's had a couple little sucks. He's going to be a little tired. But she's doing great. And now we are at 6 rams and 5 ewes. With 5 ewes left to lamb. So we have Dose, who is part of our starter, was part of our starter flock. So she is a seasoned ewe. We have Sally, who was reserved last year. We didn't breed the yearlings last year, so this would be her first year lambing at 2. And then we have Laverne, Shirley, and Daphne left to lamb. So Laverne, Shirley, and Sally are sisters from different years. They're all out of rows. And Velma here is out of Fiona. Cute little guy to add to the flock. Oh, goodness, look at this girl. She's just sprawled out enjoying the sun. And I don't know if I have mentioned it. Oh, but Oliver already has a home. So I was struggling with banding him because he's a good sized boy. He's nice and square. And we've already got a call for a ram, so he has a home. Come the end of April, he will be going to his own flock. So we're going to get him nice and big and strong. Oh, you're a big boy. And this one's going to stay on with us as a ram. Huh, bud? Not you, Obi. You get to stay with us as just an honorary little dude. But he's not going to stay intact as a ram. Everyone's going to enjoy the sun today. Hopefully the 50-degree weather will melt some of this mess. Oh, we need it to melt. And there's just babies everywhere, huh? Hello, dear. Look at Miss Maybell. They're cute little girls. The sunrise is deceptively pretty this morning, with a little bit of frost on everything. But once again, we are in for winter weather in just a couple hours, with snow and rain and mix and ice. Hopefully it is the last hurrah, because we are done. Spring, 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 we need spring. I even welcome mud season at this point. I don't know if you can see it, but everything is sparkling. The tree, the snow, and all the underbrush in the woods. It's Tuesday. So, look at all the babies. Storm prep always consists of, can't even see out here, moving feed buckets inside, giving them a fresh layer of straw, because they haven't been really spending time in here. The weather's been chilly but beautiful, so they're outside. They prefer to sleep outside. They don't actually prefer to be in here, so nice fresh layer of straw, because they're going to be laying in here. They're eating their breakfast outside. They're still going to have a feeder outside. I'm going to try to keep them out as much as possible, but with the weather coming in, the hay, I don't want the hay getting wet and stuff, so we'll feed in here and prep them for the yucky weather for the next, I don't know, 12 or so plus hours once it comes in. Hi, sweetheart. What are you doing? Hi. Oh, it's getting awful. I'm just not even able to tell who's who anymore. That's Miss Phoebe. That's definitely Maybell. I can tell Maybell, she's the biggest. Her, Oliver, and Mr. Neptune here. They're the biggest because they're the oldest. But oh, I don't know if I said this little red lady here. Her name's Wadey. Wadey. And we'll post all their stories soon. But we have a few more to go, so once we have everyone, we'll post the whole racket of their names and what their names are from in the background. But oh, here's Cody yet again. This has become a consistent behavior now. He likes to come in, hang out with the sheep, eat any grain they've dropped, any poop he feels like eating. But they'll be always watching me crazy. They'll be moving in for the next little bit on their own. They can be out here, and some of them will choose to be out here and get wet. But that snow pile will probably disappear, which will be the end of Cody's reign of jumping in. And we'll get through this one too. So the lamb lounge is still there. The babies can freely go in and eat on their own and not be pushed around. So they have a bit of grain in there. They get a bit of lamb feed in the morning. And then some hay all to themselves. We hadn't been using the heat lamps for the past 2 nights. Have been cold, and I just found little man in there laying down, so still using them. Should be able to turn them off. It's supposed to be, after this, it's supposed to be 50s and windy, so mud season is coming. Hi, little lady. How are you? This is Daphne. I'd be shocked if Daphne has a baby. Oh, spring is coming. You can see it even in their behavior. So let's hope for spring and see what it brings.